All right, welcome to PowerTrade. My name is Ted Posobiec. So let's get started here with the disclaimer. Just remember that there is risk in trading. This is for educational purpose only. I'm not a financial advisor. I am a full-time day trader. I trade futures primarily. Pretty much that's all I do anymore. I do dabble a little bit in ETFs and some stocks. There is risk, again, in trading live money, so don't risk money that you can't afford to lose. Let's get started here with the PowerTrade training format. This is a 20-minute trading session on a new topic every week. Live trading for 10 minutes. We'll do that around 2 o'clock. Join me in a 20-minute interactive mastermind after we're done with the trade. Is the microphone on? If your computer has a working microphone, you may be asked to join the conversation during the mastermind. Your participation is very important and will help accelerate your learning curve. Each mastermind includes wins, tell us about your best trades of the week so far. Lessons, what did you learn this week that would benefit others? Q&A, what can we help clarify that will help you be a better trader? About WINvesting. We were established in early 2009. We've helped thousands of students, thousands of traders like you in over 53 countries around the world. Our focus is to help you get real-world profit without risking your hard-earned cash. We do this via our 6-step profitability path so you can clearly learn in a virtually risk-free and stress-free environment. For more information on that, you can go to www.winvesting.com. About your host, that's me, Ted Posobiec, Chief Trading Strategist at WINvesting.com. I am a professional day trader, primarily futures, like I've said. I am also a host of the E-mini Insider Trading Room at WINvesting. Some quick housekeeping notes. Replays. We are recording this and will have the recordings out as soon as possible. Participate. Your active participation will help you reinforce what you learn. Send in any suggestions that you may have. Send in the topics for future power trades to support@winvesting.com. And today, part 1, trading, how to dig yourself out of a hole and turn losers into profits. Overview, how did I get in this hole? I ask myself that every time I'm there. Here are your options. What you need to know, stop the madness, avoid over the cliff, avoid going over the cliff. How to dig yourself out of the hole. More like how I do it, and I'll give you some examples. How did I get into this hole? A lot of times I already know how I got in there, but what you want to do is you go by, and what I mean by the hole is you're in a situation where you're close to but not quite over into that spot yet where there's no return of blowing your account, getting shut down by your broker due to the margin call. I've never been there. I've always had to, I've gotten close and refunded my account, but this is what I mean by getting in the hole. You're almost there, but you're not there to get blow an account, or you're not getting a margin call. This could be meaning you're almost ready to fail your combine or any one of the top step programs that you're in, even if you're trading their live money. So that's if you're in that category of a combine or OPM, other people's money. Or you've hit your maximum daily loss. For those that follow our profitability path, money management rules. There's certain things that can happen. This would be like a Part B plan. More what I use this for is to get myself further away from busting the account or staying away from my daily loss. When this happens, here are your options. Refund your account or restart a combine if you're in one. That's one of your options that you can do right away. This is what I call the easy way out because you learn nothing from it. At least give it a try. Doing what I'm going to be talking about here, and you will find, and I also find that it builds my confidence back up. Take a time out to get your head straight. Stop trading for the day. These are all options that you have. Any one of them will work. The one that helps me out the best is taking the time out and stop trading for the day. Dig yourself out of the hole. Things that you need to know is you ask yourself, what did I do wrong? That could be, did I fail to see a trending day? And that's happened with myself and a couple other guys that I trade with. We kept fading the highs, fading it. And we just kept getting stopped out until we stopped, took a time out, took a look at what we were doing, and we went back in and started trading with the trend. So you need to ask yourself, what did I do wrong? I was looking at the market wrong. You could have put in trades accidentally, or hopefully you didn't move your stop back to get stopped out. Then you also look at, what did you do right? Did you follow your plan? That would be the right thing. And our trade plan for that particular day was right, but we were looking at it completely different. If we'd have seen it a little earlier, we wouldn't have been in the hole and then digging ourselves out of it. Was it just the market? Everything that you've done, you're trading your plan, but the market wasn't cooperating with your plan that particular time. Again, this happens to you guys. See me do this in the room a lot, where I'm down, can pull myself out of the hole, get a little green, I'm happy, and then maybe I just even shut it down. I know I've shut down trading for 97 cents. That was after fees and stuff. So stop the madness. Stop over trading. Make sure you follow your rules. Don't trade more contracts than your account can handle. Avoid going over the cliff. Take at least a 30-minute time out. Find out what went wrong. Again, how did you get this far down? You need to answer these questions. If you can't answer these questions, you're going to need to take a day, the rest of the day off, in my opinion. Was this a severe drawdown? Was this in one day or over several? Ask these questions. If you can answer them, then you can continue on. Just don't take another trade to finish your account off. I'm guilty of it. I have done it where I've had to I've just fed up with it, and I didn't learn anything from that. Pulling myself out of the hole helps me get my confidence back to start taking the right trades again. It's not that I wasn't taking the right ones before. Don't get me wrong. This is what I do. I take at least 30-minute time out. I look at my trades. I review how I got in the situation. I check what time it is to see if time is a factor. What I want to see is if I'm in early in the morning, if I'm down, it helps me readjust things so I have the rest, a couple hours. I don't like being down at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because then it's kind of too late in the afternoon. Sometimes you can get trades around 11 and 12 o'clock, maybe even 1 o'clock, to help you get out of that position. But take a look at what time, if it's in your time frame, to still have some decent trades. They're going to be a little slower probably, but with your back testing and stuff, you'll be able to see what you can do. You might even have a time trade coming up that you could take if you have a set one that you have checked. Look at what the market's doing. Is it trending? Is it just going sideways? Or are we in a range, a decent range, where the market is going up and back down? If it's in a tight range, I'd just stay away from it. I talked to another trader to find out how or what they are seeing to get some perspective, to see if we're seeing the same thing or they might be seeing something a little different. It does help to have other traders to talk to and see what they're seeing. See if you're both on the same page. If they're doing well and you're doing bad, you're the one that's doing something wrong. Whoever's making the money, they're doing something right. So I wanted to get an idea of what they're looking at. I'll go into simulation and stay there until I get my confidence back. I might trade again later that same day, which a lot of times I do. Sometimes it'll take me 1 to 3 days to get my confidence back. It's on a day-to-day, or each time is a little different. So if I can identify everything that was wrong, trading against the trend, if the range is wide and I kept going, trying to do like a breakout, rather than trading, selling the highs and buying the lows, I need to see this, and that trend is still continuing, whether it be a trending day or a sideways market. Hope that makes sense to you. Knowing what went wrong is the key. And then if we're in a tight range, 1 to 3 days might just take that. Usually I don't go past 3 days. I can get it back in at least 3 days to start bringing myself back to hopefully positive from not blowing my account. How to dig yourself out of the hole. This is what I do. Again, I will only trade one contract. I've been trading one contract pretty much for almost 2 months now. And it's to prove a point that you can make money. I do. And it's building confidence in other things. Once I start getting going again, I have been putting 2 trades in. Today I put 3 trades in on a particular trade. I think we'll be able to see that here. Take profits no matter how small or large it is. That's the key. I will take profit, and you see me do this every day in the room. I don't care if I take 1 tick. I don't care if I take 3 ticks. Yes, I love getting 10 ticks and 20 ticks, but when you're in the hole, you need to take profit whenever you can. Whenever the opportunity arises to take it, get it and get out. Embrace the concept and do this repeatedly, scalping as little as 1 to 2 ticks per trade if necessary. If the thing is, when I see that the market is we're going to get into it, it starts to hesitate, go back and forth 1 or 2 ticks, I'm going to grab, if it's only 1 tick, I'll take the tick. And then there's a reason for taking 1 tick. The point is to get further away from refunding your account. And you can do it at 1 tick. I know some of you guys out there are going to say it's crazy. You can do it. It does work. It works for me. And I know it works for some of the other guys that I have taught this method to also. Here's a good example. Let's say I'm 200 from busting my account. I can see that I can take 4 trades at 1 contract each, and each of those having a $50 stop. Everybody following me? I don't care for it either, Robert. Refunding is not fun. Everybody following me here. If I have $200 from busting my account, Really, I don't have 4 trades. I have 3 because you have fees in here, but let's, for easy figuring here, I have 4 contracts, 4 trades that I can take at 1 contract with no more than a 5-tick stop on a $10 contract. That's it. I'll set my profit targets, and this will vary. A lot of times it depends on what I have on an ATM already. I'll knock one off. If it's a 5 and 3, I'll use the 3-tick target, or I'll just jump to 10. I do like it to go to 10 ticks or more, just in case that market does decide to slam down and give it to me all at one time. And that's my key thing, is I want it to move now. I want it to move like a news trade. I want it to move like some of the opens. That's how I want it to move, and I want it to move now. If I place a trade, I want price to move quickly. There it goes again, quickly. If price doesn't move quickly, I will take 1 to 3 ticks in profit and try again. If I take 1 or 3 ticks, that gives me 3 ticks. If I take 2 trades at 3 ticks, or 2 trades at $50, that gives me another trade that I can go for. Does that make sense? Because a 2 and a 3 is $50, gives me another 50, so I get another trade. I'm just starting to build up. Even at one tick, $10, I always figure I'm paying the broker $5 per round trip, just for easy figuring. He gets 5, I get 5. I very seldom take a break-even trade. I really do not like taking break-evens, especially when I'm in the hole. A break-even trade means I still need to pay the broker, and this puts me in the hole further. Does that make sense? Does everybody, can you grab a hold of that? Can you understand it? That's why I'll take 1 tick. Broker gets paid, I get paid a little bit. Yeah, I'll have to take 10 trades at 1 tick to make $50, but it's still there. That's right. Leah's saying there's no such thing as break even. It's not break even. To me, break even is +1. So you paid for the trade. That's just my thinking. You can agree to disagree. I need the trade to at least get me 1 tick in profit, and my account is paid. My account gets paid, and it pays any of the other fees. I'll show you, Robert. Do you have an ATM for that? I'll show you what I've got. Usually I do everything manually, but it's usually just taking one of the ATMs I have. We'll go over that here in a little bit. If I have a target of 10 ticks and price goes to 3, I'll move my here. Let me try to rephrase this here. If I have a target of 10 ticks and price goes +3, I'll move my stop to capture at least 2 of those. Yes, it's pretty quick. A lot of times I only get the 2, but I don't know if it's going 10 ticks. Usually if I figure it's going 10 ticks, the price is the candle, because I watch the candle like music notes. To me, it's a timing thing, and it likes to slam down or up, whatever the deal is. So I'll take those 2 ticks, even if just so I can start building it up. Once I have that, it just keeps building it up, and I'll do this over and over and over until I'm out of the hole. If I have a target of 10 ticks, price goes 3 ticks, sometimes I move my stop to 1 instead of 2. If price goes to +4, then I'll go to +2. Can you see where I'm going here? Hey, AP. If price goes 5, I'll go to +3. I am not going to give anything back. Now, there are times when price will just, you get in the trade and price will knock you out at your 5 ticks. So that means I have 1 less trade that I can go, or I have to make it up. what I'll do is I'll watch to see if price is hesitating or it's just going up and down one tick. If it's doing that, once it goes into the direction again, I'll bring it in. When you're trading live, you can't place it right on top. It's not like doing it in sim, where it'll get you out. You have to wait for price to be on the other side of you before you can drop it in for the one tick or two ticks. It does take a little, maybe ATM would help you with that, automatic ATM on that. When price is going up and down one tick, to me, that's an indecision, and I can't afford indecision on what the market's going to do. So I need to lock in whatever the profit is at that time. Persistence pays off. I can only trade only one contract at a time, take only one trade at a time. Don't trade simultaneously on multiple charts because you'll lose focus. Usually when I'm doing this, I have one setup, whatever the setup might be. It could be the 610, London swing, or a combination of both of those. That still, to me, is one trade. And I'm focusing on that. I'm not going to try to do a volume spike trade. Well, time trade would fit into that, even with the 610 trade, but I'm not going to try to do 20 different things. Some of you know that I can trade that many things at certain times, certain methods, but I'm only going to concentrate on one. Would be beautiful to see just a involuntary volume spike, and then I know I'm going to at least get 3 ticks out of that. But I'm only going to be watching one particular setup. It might be the volume spike trade at the time. The day and time will let me know which one I'm going to do at any one time. I'm not going to look at 5 different markets. I will find one that is trending, whether it be NQ, gold, or CL. I really can't afford to trade ZB if I'm down that far, because I don't have 3 ticks would put me at over $60. So I don't want to do that. Not saying that I can't. Could take the risk to do it, but be persistent. This can take several or many trades. You might not be able to get out of it in one day, but take your time when you're doing it. And when you start finding that things aren't working to your advantage, just stop and take a time out. Go back into sim. We got a minute here prior to it's 1:55, and if anybody has anything on this part of it right now, give you a minute, then I'm going to go jump into my trade here at 2 o'clock. I hope you get a little bit of an idea. Let's see, pull up the chart, and this here is today. I did do a little bit of over trading. I was up a lot more than that. I went in with 3 contracts over here. With the news, I got the downside, 2 contracts on the downside, and then up. I grabbed a couple of volume spikes as it was going up, lost those, got back in over here a couple of times. That was pretty much it there. I know I was up in the room this morning when I closed the room, like $38. So when I'm looking for, let me hide these. I wanted to go back over here. Yesterday I was in the hole. I got a slide for that later on to show where I was at. It was I was down in the room over $200. And once I got up to an area, I was able to widen my stops out. was on another computer. Trying to go, here we go. Took a look at the 2 o'clock trade. I like the 2 o'clock trade, and I put the trade in. I had my stop up above here, this green line, and I just walked away and got those trades there. That was a trade that helped me get positive. I was already real close to zero, and right here, put the trade in, walked away. Had a pretty good stop here, but it was a 7 tick. I would have not been that far down, but that's not what I was really looking for. I was looking for a, here's one that helped me get out, a trade. And when this one came in, it just slammed down. There was no hesitation from the trade. Price is coming down. We got a pullback, waited for the candle to give me this spot here, and it just went down. So I went ahead and took 4 ticks out of it. That was quick. If I had a 10 ticks to target down here, here's the ATM. Yes, I'm on Eastern time. The ATM, what I'll do is, say I have this up. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to push this down to 5, 4, 3, and we'll have it there. If we get into a trade here at 2 o'clock, I'll give you a little, show you how I do it. Those that have been in the room here at 2 have seen me do this, where I'll just tighten it up. I'll take 3 ticks, 4 ticks, and we're getting close here. I do want to see where we're at. Let's clear this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just bracket. Let's see, I do need, I'll use a 5 tick with a 10 tick. Don't want to risk more than $10 or 50 bucks. And what time do we have? It's 1:58. Yes, I did trade the news today on CL. I used 3 contracts on that. They all weren't winners. I took some volume spikes that the price just pushed. But I didn't have an OCO on. Actually, I did have an OCO. And wow, I don't like that move there. There we go. I like to see that green there. It's a little too early. It's not too early for the long because price is down here. I want to wait just a little bit. We'll bracket that 5 minute. It's close enough now. I can see this price coming up here right to this green line here and turning around, coming back. If it goes down, we have 2 areas here that it may go to. Now, this trade could happen right away, or it could take up to 15 minutes. Lee, did you catch that? Yep. Now this trade, if you watch this, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at it at 2 o'clock, 2:15, and just prior to 2:30. The last few days, Wednesdays when I've traded this, it's actually gone further than I had expected in any one position. I think it actually went a little faster than this last Wednesday. Overall, I think Wednesdays are real good for trading this. I have had orders on, and I just didn't want to stick around, and I've removed them throughout the week. If I am at the computer, I will take the trade, but I'm not here trying to be here all day long to take this trade. So we can wait for this. This here would be an area that I'd be looking for a trade like volume spikes. Is just 130. It's a good time for a volume spike coming up. Something out of the ordinary. What other things do I see here? We have 49 even. We have 49 even here. That's a decent target area for a price that might want to go down and try to test that or get below it. If it comes back down, pulls back up, look for a possible drop down here. It looks like then you'd have 50 coming up here up to the highs. We could even head back up here. There's so many variables that could go on. I have no idea what way it's going to go, and I don't know how far it's going to go. But I can see the swings. Today's high, yesterday's high, so on. The green, Robert, this is just a regular swing. It's standard with Ninja, and I have that strength set at 5. You come over here to and just hit S, highlight it, swing. That's it right there. Okay, it can hurry up and populate. There we go. Not in the trade yet. Came right up to the real close to that swing right here. I do see this possibly popping down. Other things that I'm looking at when I'm watching this is the EMAs with the crossover back here. We have a crossover here. This is telling me that it wants to go up, but it gets up here. It can't even break this doji here yet. So we might be looking at our way down. It's hard to predict. The questions that Joel brought up is tomorrow rollover date. I'm gonna show you what I use to determine whether I'm rolling over or not. I have a market analyzer, and I go by what the daily volume is. It looks like it could be tomorrow, but as of right now, if the 6 contract is still higher than the 7, I'll stay with that. Now this could run a day, 2 days over the actual rollover date. So this is what I use. I don't go by the day that it actually goes by. If it, let's say it is tomorrow, but today was at 500,000 on the 7. Well, it looks like I got stopped out there. I kind of figured that's what it wanted to do. Now we're getting a volume spike on the top and the bottom. So that brings me down to 642.50 for the day. I think that's the first one I've lost in quite a while in the room here. Got a volume spike both directions. I'm going to hold this one out. Another possibility that I could do if I really wanted, see this down here? Price could come right down to this swing area here and bounce up. Take another shot at it. Would go one tick above, let's say it at 28. I'm not going to do it, but it'd be 28 is the long. For right now, I'll just leave it like this. From 10:30 to right now, I've got a downtrend with a bias of the upside with the prices above the EMAs. It's starting to fall below it. I don't want to overanalyze it. It's a time trade. Getting close to the close. We'll probably see a spike here going in. I do want to keep this in. I'm going to move the chart over. Joel, did that, or Billy Ray, did that make sense to you about how I look for the contract rollover? I use the market analyzer. That is what I use. I do want to keep that chart over here so I can see it. Start getting into it a little closer at, we're already at quarter after. Take a look at it in another 3 or 4 minutes. So let me get my slide back. Part 3 of the Mastermind, wins, lessons, Q&A. Mastermind, what was your best trade so far this past week? If you have a microphone, let me know. I'll unmute you, and or otherwise just type it in the box and we'll go over it. This was yesterday. I did happen to take it off, just photos off a ZB chart. That wasn't what I was actually trading. It just happened to be close by. 117.50 is where I ended up the day. And I did something here. This chart really looks bad. So that was yesterday. From those that were in the room yesterday, did see that I was down 200. So I did end up the day at 117. This was Monday. I did not have any one good trade. It took me 20 trades to get this far. So it was a combination, and that was ZB, gold, CL, and I don't think I did very well on NQ like today. But this was a combination. That was what I ended up with on Monday. Let's go back. So does anybody else have what was your best trade? Anybody out there? Yeah, what I'm going to do here, you didn't qualify for any? Robert, CL report today, John. Robert has to refund his account. What I'm going to do here is show some other possible options that you can do. We got 10, 15 to 20. So I'll go from let's say 1405 to 10. Now you have another range here. Could look at possible trade here. But I still see the same thing. We could come down to the 50 EMA and push right up. Tried to do in 15-minute range from the time trader version. Oh, after the 50-minute range afterwards, this would be coming in after, or there's a lot of variables. You have the 10 minutes here, the whole 10-minute, where your order would still be down here. There's nothing wrong with that. You just have to pick something. I haven't tested this. I've tested this one, but not the 5 minutes prior, 1405 to 1410. 1415 to 1420, I like that, all the way up to 25. There we go. Not going to let it go. I need it to go back up. There it goes. There's 4. I'll take 3. If it goes, I want it to go now. No, I'm just following it up. That's how I get out of the hole. I'm back up to 682.50. I could have kept running up. I still see it possibly coming up here. I like that trade there, even though I was almost tempted to put it in here off this one. It's petering out. Now I'm looking for it to drop down. We got another 10 minutes to watch it possibly drop down. But I like it right here. And it is 13 after. And let's go. I would have to say my best trade, while using 3 contracts, was the news trade today. What did you learn this week that would benefit other traders? If you have a microphone, let me know, and I'll unmute you. Otherwise, type it into the chat box. What I learned is when I was up $1,000 today, I should have just stopped. And it happens. I can afford to lose. I don't like to do that. Don't overtrade, Pat. No, Robert, I don't trade them all. Usually I'm into something else by that time. I am putting them up, and I'm just drawing a box on a 15-minute range. Yeah, time to go fishing when you're up there, huh? Up that high. So I brought it down to almost half. I was also doing some demonstrations too with some of that. How do I trade how I trade the oil report on Wednesday. This line here is 1030. This is the close of the 1030 candle. So this candle here is what I'm looking at. That don't make sense because it dropped. I got in here. Let me go back to this. Yeah, I got in a little earlier. I was talking with Ian and Russ, and what I did is I put an order in. I actually got in to the downside, took a couple of targets, and I thought I had an OCO, and I did put the OCO on, but I put the orders on before I put the OCO on. Does that make sense? So I did not get taken out. The long order stayed up, and what I'll do is I'll bracket the candle. A bracket. We were talking about doing a 5-minute breakout. What Ian and I were talking about possibly doing, and what I normally do is I'll go 3 to 4 ticks above and below. I need to do this where I can see what we're doing. That for some reason that doesn't look right. Let's take this candle here. Whatever this candle is, let's say this is the news candle. And I draw a box. We're going to use this. Three to 4 ticks. Right there's the bracket off that particular time candle. And I would put a long here. We still have time for it because I'd already have this already done, and put one here. But this would be the news candle. So I'm putting it in 3 to 4 ticks above, below that candle itself, not the full 5-minute range. Yeah, that was a news event back there. That was the oil report. I'm getting a little distracted there. I'll take the trades off. What time is it? 20 after. And I like this range right here. I just grabbed this area right here, the high of this candle. It needs to bust through that swing down here. You see the swing right here? It's hesitating. It goes to 2 ticks. As soon as I see it, there it goes. I'll get +2 now. I'm done. That's another example of how I'm digging myself out of a hole. Now I'm up 702.25. Yeah, Vic, sometimes that 10-30 candle could be 50 ticks. I hope you got some examples there. That's how I get myself out of a hole. See, if I hadn't taken the 2 ticks or 3 ticks, whatever, it's going against me, and now I'm starting to panic. You want to get the try not to get into a panic trading mode. Believe me, if you can dig yourself out of a hole, you can make yourself feel so much better than feeling like, well, darn, I have to start another account. Sometimes it is unavoidable. I understand that. Sometimes it just does not work out. But if you take your time and look at what you're doing, how you're doing it, and take that break where you can come back and get a better look at things. The last part of the Q&A, what can we help clarify that will help you be a better futures trader? If you have a microphone, again, I really encourage you guys, if you have a microphone, let me know. I'll turn it on for you. Unmute it so that you can talk. Otherwise, just type it into the chat box if there's anything that I can try to help you with. I don't try to go for 50 ticks on a trade like that on the news. I had mine set up 5, 10, and 20, or 5, 15, and 20. Yeah, that one today was actually bigger than that, wasn't it? I know I kept trying to get in short here, and it just kept going up. $78 ticks. $14.30. Now we're below that area there, looking for this thing to just fall down here. Like I say, I don't know if it's going to do it. I was just happy to get mine. 3 to 4 tick offset on news. That's what I do, 3 to 4. Sometimes I'll do 5. Again, I'm looking at what has the market already done. If a real tight range, I'll come in tighter, but if it's a wider range, I want to go a little further. Okay, it's kind of the opposite of what you'd think. Because if it's already wide, it's only going to go up so much more and then turn around and come back. That's the way I feel. I hope that's clarifying it for you, Joel. Very good. Well, the next step here. Nobody has anything else there? Could you, oh yeah, here you go. Could you kindly repeat which candle you put your order on for that news trade? Here we go. See this here? Let's just say that this is the news trade coming up at 14:30. Makes no difference. I can show you this better. I am waiting for price to get into this red line. That's 4:30. That's when that candle actually closes. So price comes up into here, and what I already have out, I like drawing my box. Let's see. There's a 3-tick box. So what I'll do is I'll click on the box, and I hit Control C, Control V, and I'm placing it right here. let's say, so that you can see what I'm doing. Let's say this red line is where price is right now. Oops. This is where I'm not going to do the trade. All I'm going to do is show you what I'm doing. I'm following price up and down. We had a wick there, so right here. And I'm watching the clock here. We got 27, and I would go ahead, put a sell out and a buy out. You didn't see it go red. So we're up, up. We got 14 seconds. I want to place my short here. It's close. I can't see if there's a wick there. That wick goes way up here. And right about there is where I want that long. I just like the short here now. That's what I'm doing. I know it's because it's the close of oil. Well, so that's how I would do it. Hope that clarified that for you. I'm pretty quick with it, but I only do that on the news candles itself. Now this trade here, I'm going to take this trade 1 to 2 ticks above and below. All right. You know what? I'll place this trade. When I first opened up the room here, this is one that I was taking. Or was it the 1 o'clock? I want to be out of everything by 2:45 if I'm in a trade. I'm going to place these orders in here. Because usually you get to about 2:45, it just flattens out. I want one last push, and doesn't look very promising. I tightened up the stop. And I'm out. I'm back down to 672.50. If you're showing your bars are, you got one less bar, it's because your volume is set here. You calculate on bar close. I have mine set at false, so it's calculating as it's moving. Right there's the bar. You want to set your calculate on bar close false. Then you should be reading the same thing. All right, tightened up a little too tight. Could have got a tick, but that's okay. I'm still green for the day, and I'm happy with that. Sorry, went over just a little bit here. Where to go from here? Review your notes and take action on at least one thing you've learned. Visit us at www.winvesting.com. Check out the profitability path. Send us your feedback and suggestions for future episodes to support@winvesting.com. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next time. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Lee, Joe, Everett, Evan, Fred, Paul, wow, Lewis, Robert, Robin. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next week, or I'll see you in the trade room tomorrow. You all have a good one. Thanks, Robert. Nice seeing you in here again. Sol, Al, thanks. Lois, everybody have a good one. Bye.